What's good, everybody? This is the one and only GM, and today I'm gonna read all the character bios for all the characters that got released and shown at Gamescom for Tekken 8. And the first one is Yoshimitsu. So we're gonna read the story and check out what's the story about. You know, it should be pretty cool. And yeah, let's get to it. He looks real cool. He looks real cybernetic. You could tell that he definitely got some enhancements, and he looks pretty evil too, like something evil went in him or something like that. That he looks his ham like that. He looked like he got the animanium suit on, and he looked like Dr. Boscanovich definitely hooked him up with something because he looks real ham. He looks like a mixture of like Tekken 3 with like Tekken 5 and stuff like that. So let's get to the story. He's formerly from Japan, but nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? Parts unknowns. You know, WWE style. You heard? Manji Ninja Arts, real cheap, unblockable boys in your face. All right, but he looks really, really cool. I like the design with Yoshi, so I figured a lot of people will play Yoshimitsu now just because how cool his new design is. So shout out to Namco for hooking up Yoshimitsu like that. So Yoshimitsu is an inheritor of the Manji Ninjutsu and current head of the Manji clan, a group of chivalrous thieves active since the Sengoku period 6 months ago. So how old is Yoshimitsu? Because the Sengoku period, that's like Dynasty Warriors era Nobunaga. So like how old is he if that Manji clan's been around? Maybe he just had mad ancestors, but Yoshimitsu was also in Soul Calibur. So is the Yoshimitsu from Tekken also the same Yoshimitsu from Soul Calibur? Or that's just different dudes that take the name Yoshimitsu? I think it's probably the different dudes that take Yoshimitsu, because if it's not, then he's like immortal and don't age or something. But I don't know. Maybe you guys could tell me in the comments or something. You know, what's good with that. 6 months ago, Yoshimitsu accepted a request from an investor of the refugee relief project. The task was to find archives that contain information on past doings of the Mishima Saibatsu. Mishima Saibatsu got clapped though because Heihachi got bodied. After analyzing information that his clan members had gathered, Yoshimitsu was led to an old underground cave. Legend has it that the Mishima was once used it for exorcisms. That's mad random. Well, it makes sense because their family, you know, deals with the devils and stuff like that because of Kazuya and Jin and stuff like that. And you know, because Mishima's a shrine maiden, and shrine maidens they known to exorcise demons and stuff. So maybe that's what she does, and maybe that's her relationship with Akuma, because Akuma's a demon. And, you know, she could summon a demon or whatever and tell her that demon to deal with the other demons. You heard? Word. He scans the area using the technology built into his reinforced armor. So he got the scanning joint like the Terminator or the Predator. That's OD. And continues down a dilapidated path. In the recesses of the cave, Yoshimitsu discovers the archives he has been looking for. So he finally looked for the notes that he's found. Just then, the faint demonic aura that had been surrounding the archives resonates with Yoshimitsu's cursed blade and causes a wave of evil to surge forth. OD. So the sword that he got, you know, the cursed blade, you know what I'm saying? And the demonic aura that's surrounding the cave goes inside the cursed blade. The cursed blade Yoshimitsu, passed down between heads of the Manji clan for generations, is erupted with unquenchable bloodlust that eventually drives his wielder insane. So he had a cursed blade for mad long, and now it got the demonic aura went inside it, so he's gonna be really OD in Tekken 8. In the blink of an eye, the blade infiltrates Yoshimitsu's mind and amplifies his desire for destruction. So he becomes mad OD. Yoshimitsu quickly stabs himself with the blade so he can feed its thirst. Yet the blade becomes even more uncontrollable. After he returns, the clan elders teach Yoshimitsu how to suppress the cursed sword's male violent will, even if only barely. Still, his cursed blade has called out to him ever since that day. If the owner of the voice I hear is the source of the sword's uncontrollable nature, then I will cut it off at its root. Yoshimitsu's ally, Dr. Boscanovich, provides him with the latest reinforced armor before sending him off on his journey of secret Majin village to follow wherever his blade leads him. So Dr. Boscanovich hooked him up with godlike armor to help him control the savagery with the blade. That's OD. So I think his story is real cool in this game, and I would like to see what else this character is gonna have, but I think he's gonna be real strong. So let's go to the next one. Steve Fox, Counter Punching Dragon from UK, and his style is boxing. His redesign is cool. I like the jacket. He looks kind of the same besides the jacket. He doesn't look as much as like Yoshimitsu, like completely new, but he still looks pretty cool. You can still tell it's Steve. He looks pretty traditional. Steve Fox is a middleweight boxing world champion whose ingenious technique and pace control in the ring have charmed countless audiences. Raised in a facility owned by the Mishima Saibatsu, Z went on a search for his parents the moment he learned that he was a test subject. It makes sense if he's raised in a Mishima Saibatsu facility, it's obvious that he was a test subject because you got no reason to live there unless they created you. You feel me? So he encounters Nina Williams by chance and learns that he has been made from her generic material. Although they are mother and son by blood, Nina has never acknowledged Steve as her own. If it makes sense, she's a cold-blooded assassin. All she cares about is making that bread and bopping people. You know what I'm saying? To Steve, knowing his roots was everything. Nina, on the other hand, believes such knowledge to be a mere inconvenience. Word, it gets in her way. The bell rings, wrapping up Steve's fight with his past. With his driving force and life gone, Steve becomes the husk of his former self. Yeah, so his whole life purpose was to find out his background, where he came from, and then he found it out, and then he just gave up on life. That's mad rough. That happens to a lot of people in real life, man. Find your purpose outside that, you alright? And keep your meat out and use it, alright? His training buddies, Paul Phoenix and Martial Law, sense his desperation and come to his rescue. Oh, he trained with Paul and Law? I wonder why he don't got Paul and Law's some of Paul and Law's moves then, if he trained with them. Imagine fucking Steve with a deficit or E slide, that would be OD. If you have time to look so down, then you have time for a tournament. That's the FGC pride and glory. If you got no bread and if you down, go to a tournament and spend more money, you heard? And become more depressed when you lose. That's how we do it. If any of us ends up on top, let's split the prize money evenly. As he forces out a fake laugh at his friend's ridiculous words, Steve laughed like this. Ha! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Steve remembers that his fist holds the power to carve out a new future, a new future for him just by punching. Get it in. Although grateful to his friend, Steve turns down their offer to train the mountains like fighters of old, and instead begins his own search for a brand new fighting style. Oh, so he's trying to not be a boxer no more and learn a new fighting style. Maybe kickboxing? Who knows? The bell for round two has just rung, so that means he's probably gonna have like new, interesting non-boxing moves in Tekken 8. So we'll see what it's up. His story is whack in Tekken 8. I can't for his whack. It's like a filler character type joint. You know what I'm saying? No real purpose, you know what I'm saying? Besides just learning how to learn a new fighting style. But, that's just how some characters are. Some characters are important to the story and some characters are not. And Steve has never been somebody that's important to the story. He's just in the game because a lot of tournament players and people like to play him and he's popular. He's a boxer. He's like the only boxer in Tekken. Shaheem, the from Saudi Arabia, close quarters combat, the Desert Falcon, looking like he won TWT finals. You heard? Looking like he won the Saudi Arabia $1 million tournament, dripped out, looking crazy, looking mean too. Look at that turban, bro. That joint, he looked like he got a Naruto headband with that turban. He looked like he worked out all day, and then he got the Lex Luger, Wonder Woman boys on deck right there too. That's fire, bro. Looking mad brolic. Shaheem works for a private military firm and is investigating the mysterious death of his best friend. So his best friend got clapped, and he's trying to investigate it like Inspector Gadget. You know what I'm saying? Realizing his peaceful negotiation skills, he learns from the executive of the Middle East G Corp branch that the mastermind is none other than Kazuya Mishima. Oh, you want to get at Kazuya? He's like Miguel. Miguel's story was I want to get at Kazuya because he bopped my sister. No, it was Jin. He was after Jin because Jin bopped his sister. There you go, Jin. The wheel of fate must have been turning that day 13 years ago when on the same day Shaheem lost his family, he saved Salim, a boy around the same age as him, from an assassin. Who was the assassin? Was it Nina or was it Anna? Who knows? It was the first time he had used the techniques his father had ingrained in him, meant to bring down enemies to instead save another's life. Word. Yeah, so his techniques is meant to bop people, not save lives. You heard? After Salim told him, you should use such skills to become a shield for those in need, become a protector. You heard? Then he took Shaheem's hand and welcomed him as his bodyguard. Okay, so Shaheem was Salim's bodyguard, but then Salim got killed, and now Shaheem regrets it because he failed. Salim came from the most prominent family in the area, which makes sense. A lot of Saudi Arabians are mad rich, and they did not think twice about taking Shaheem under their wing after he saved their precious son. Salim was bright and full of knowledge, and while Shaheem excelled in fighting, the two grew up respecting one another. Even as they followed their own paths, Salim became the head of an oil company, and Shaheen a private military specialist. Yet, even if their two paths had diverged, they could still work side by side under the same desire to protect the wealth and pride of others. Or that's how it should have been. Instead, Shaheem now returns home to deliver news of the confession he pried from the G Corp executive regarding Salim's death to his family. The next day, just as Shaheem is about to depart, Salim's younger brother, Sarif, approaches him. I want you to finish what my brother could not. Sarif says as he stands Shaheem a sword. Oh, it's his brother's trusted blade, one that Shaheem had carried with him wherever he went. I notice a lot more people in Tekken 8 have weapons, because Leroy has a cane, right? Law has a nunchaku, and now Shaheem has a sword. Shaheem draws the keepsake from his shelf. Looking into his polished surface, he makes a vow to never forgive G-Corp's tyranny. Damn, so he's gonna have a sword. So he's gonna have sword moves like Yoshimitsu. I'm wondering how that's gonna work, and you know how he's gonna be able to use it. So that's pretty cool. He has a sword now, and he wants revenge. So his story is really good. So he's very important to the game, which is cool because a lot of new times when they make new characters, they're not too important to the story. So Shaheem is gonna have a weapon, a blade, and yeah, he has a good story, man. That's what's up. Shaheem is pretty cool. So good to bring a character that matters to the story. Now we got Sergey Dragonoff, the White Reaper. Looking like Dead Souls in the face ass. He looked like he died, bro. He look a straight zombie, bro. His drip is nice. I'm feeling the coat. I don't know how I feel about that Old Navy H&M clearance section button up. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? Look like he got his pants from Hot Topic. At least he doesn't look too much like Edwards' hands like he usually do. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Dragunov because he's never mattered to the story. He's, they put him in the game just because a lot of tournament players play him. He's never been important to the story. So let's read his story to see if he's finally important, which I doubt, but we'll see. Sergey Dragonoff is a user of Commando Sambo and is feared for his alias, the White Angel of Death, a name he earned through his sheer and overwhelming combat prowess. While the world was involved in the armed conflict between the Mishima Sawasu and G Corp, Dragonov joined the King of Iron Fist tournament with a certain goal in mind. However, when made through the tournament, and the tournament's organizer, Heihachi Mishima, goes missing, bringing the competition to a halt, meaning nobody won the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7. There's no winner, because Heihachi, he went to fight Kazuya and then got bopped. Dragunov returns home, and in recognition of his dedication to his work, is granted an extensive leave for the first time in his life. Dragunov is known for his extreme work ethic. Sounds like me. Shout out to GM Fizzle, you heard? as as so much that it is rumored he works even in sleep. Even when he's sleeping, he's working like tick, 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 tick. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Biden, you heard. However, upon returning to his room, is after he has a spring in his step. In his study, Dragonall opens a safe and removes an ancient notebook with an eerie cover, which he begins to examine. The usual cold-hearted Dragonall seems to be in high spirits as he writes. From his unsettling manner, it is clear that only can be one thing, less known as and feared as the Angel of Deathless. However, in reality, it's nothing more than a bucket list of things that Dragonall has been saving up to do when he finally gets some extended free time. While drinking a cup of homemade spitting to warm himself, Dragonall reads over the notebook, humming a tune and nodding in apparent satisfaction. After reflecting upon his younger self, Dragonov chooses a task that will be particularly difficult to achieve. With that new aim in mind, he sets out to accomplish his goal. You see, he doesn't have a good joint. He just reads some notebook that he has stuff that he wants to do, like a bucket list, and he reads it, and now he has a new goal. His story's not a good story. He's just there. He's like a filler character. You know what I'm saying? But he's like I said, he's popular, and people want to play him. But I figured his story, he's not an important character. He's just popular. Kuma, the master salmon with the Heihachi drip, with the Rambo headband. He looked real cool, man. I like that they gave him the whole Heihachi drip. Because, and he fights Heihachi style advanced Kuma Shinken. That's like Hokuto Shinken. You heard? What tie? You know what I'm saying? So he looked pretty dope, man. I'm interested to see what more of Heihachi's moves he has adapted in Tekken 8. Hopefully they make him more into his own character. And hopefully he's pretty solid. Because he's always whack. So hopefully he's not whack in this game. Kuma is Heihachi Mishima's pet and a member of the Mishima Sabatsu Special Forces, Tekken Force. He never misses a chance to volunteer in disaster relief efforts all across Southeast Asia. Locals are always reluctant to accept Kuma at first, fearing that he might attack them. I'm done because he's a bear. But with his playful nature and strong work ethic, Kuma gradually wins them over and becomes the town favorite. Ham. So he's not really evil. I mean, Heihachi is evil, but the bear isn't really. However, one fateful day, Heihachi's left to settle a score with Kazuya Mishima, only to never be seen again because he got bought. Kuma believes his master is still somewhere out there, but waits for his return to no avail. Yeah, he never comes back because he got clapped. Meanwhile, G Corporation is gaining the upper hand with their attacks against the Mishima Saibatsu. Kuma bolts to the Mishima Sabatsu's building to provide backup. However, upon arriving, he realizes his chance to combat G Corp is long gone. Yeah, because Heihachi's gone. The Mishima Sabatsu leadership has surrendered. Unable to wait any longer for Kuma, if Kuma lets the Sabasa be dismantled, then his master will have nowhere to come back to. And as Heihachi's loyal pet, that is the one thing he cannot abide by. I will continue fighting until Master Heihachi returns, even if it means I'm the last one standing. Damn, so he wants to keep Mishima Sabatsu alive. He wants to keep clapping until Heihachi comes back. Let's get it. In the spirit of Heihachi, Kuma trains to perfect his Mishima style techniques. So he's gonna have more Heihachi moves. That's what's up. He dons the outfit and belt his master once wore. Then begins his lonely fight. Several months pass, and Kuma, who had rescued Misha's heavy industry elites engineers from the cultures of G Corp, has begun development on a secret weapon that's sure to change the game, which is that big proton cannon that he uses in the new trailer. I don't know if you saw the rage art, but he takes out a big, behold, optic blast. He takes that out. You know what I'm saying? And a big ass beam. So that's the new weapon. So I'm interested to see. He got a good story, man. Shout out to Kuma being an important character. And word, I want to see what Heihachi moves he got. Because in Tekken 7, he had a cup 4-4-2, twin pistons down, up 4-3-4. So yeah, man, we're gonna see. And he had his own version of down back too. We're gonna see what he get in this game. So shout out to Kuma, you heard? Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I like that he's wearing Heihachi's old outfit. Leo, the second of truth from Germany. Banji Quan, looking like Titus from Final Fantasy X. You heard? Look at that. She got the bondage drip on. You see that with the bondage? I don't know how I feel about the bondage. The Hellraiser outfit. You know the slap my bit up outfit. I don't know how I feel about this outfit. But some dudes are into the whole bondage joint. Shout out if you into the whole. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Looking like a FF character. Leo is a Bajiquan user born to Nicholas Clason, a world-renowned archaeologist, Indiana Jones boy, and Emma Clayson, an authority in genetic research. Genetic research. Protect your meat. With a father versed in martial arts and a coincidentally minded mother, Leo uses their inherited skills to set off on a hunt for the truth behind the mysterious circumstances of Emma Clayson's death 1 year prior. Risking life and limb and meat, Leo obtains confidential data from the G Corp that Emma Clason has been researching to the devil gene there. From this data, Leo also learns that Kazuya Mishima has sent out orders that key researchers were no longer needed, were to be taken care of dead. So her mother got bopped because Kazuya Mishima said, "We don't need her no more." Mad evil. Around the same time, Mishima Maso announced that Kazuya Mishima, the mastermind behind G Corp, is himself a devil. The devil. In this moment, the puzzle pieces fall into place for Leo. Kazuya must have initiated the research so he could gain control over the devil's power, and then killed Leo's mother when she was no longer of use. Full of rage, Leo was on the verge of a breakdown, but suddenly the words of Leo's father, who had gone missing many years ago, echo in Leo's ears. Listen, Leo, like a lost coin, the truth is only found when your heart is calm and open. Just relax. That's all it takes. Spurred by these words, Leo sets on another journey in search of more concrete answers. She wants to see why her mother got bopped and all the other stuff that goes around in the G Corporation with the devil. So Kazuya's trying to control the devil gene, like on some Super Saiyan. They could just turn to devil whenever he wants and control that. Would be mad OD. So Leo is important to the story, and yeah, her story is pretty ham. She wants to see, her mom's got clapped, and she wants revenge and seeing what the hell is behind all this research that's been going on, and what was her mother researching for the G Corporation. But that's it for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The Twitch is fightinggm _Tekken _TK. I got the DX Racer chairs. Check them out. They all at major tournaments. fightinggm23 is the coupon code you could use and save up on these real comfortable esports chairs if you want to stream or if you just want to play your games. Check out my chairs. I got Rogue Energy, great energy drink. You drink it before workout, after workout. Rogue GM is the code. Nexus.gg and Fighting GM if you want to buy some Capcom games and other Steam games from my store. Check that out. My TikTok is Fighting GM. The Twitter is Fighting GM. And yeah, man, everybody, thanks for watching. Also, check out my Metafy.gg Fighting GM if you want some coaching, some Tekken coaching from yours truly. You heard? So on that note, peace out and take care. Latest, people.